Hello crafty friends, welcome back to Melanie Smith Stamps. Today I have something new and fun for you. I have some brand new products from Honeybee Stamps. This is my first time playing with Honeybee Stamps. I'm super excited to get started. I am on the ScrapbookPal design team now for their video team, and they assigned me these first two products, and I have a video over on their channel. My first video up, it went live on the 29th of November, and we are creating this card right here together. I designed this card because I thought with the add-on kit here that they just released that this would be a fun little project. And I added on, I actually purchased extra this background embossing folder. This is the Into the Woods 3D embossing folder, and it goes perfect with the Lovely Layers Beach Bound and Holiday add-on kit. And my story behind this is it's time for Christmas to get started, right? It's the 29th, or it was when my video went live, the 29th of November. Everyone's got to get their Christmas tree up. So this VW van went out to the woods. It grabbed its Christmas tree, chopped it down, or picked its Christmas tree out. It chopped it down, and then it's home, and it's time to let the fun begin. It is the Christmas season. So I hope all of you like this card, and if you want to see the creation, check it on out on the ScrapbookPal YouTube channel. Now for today, I did purchase a couple extra items over in the ScrapbookPal website when I was shopping for those products to order them in, and I decided to get this stencil set. This is the At the Lake. It's a 6-piece stencil set, and it also has this detailed lakeside builder die that goes with it. So I thought we would stencil this up, and as we go, we'll decide if we want to put the van in it or not. That would make it a similar scene as my other card, but with a more detailed background. So I've cut a piece of 5x7 paper, and I thought we would go to town with our stenciling and we would see where this project takes us. Okay, so for our upper mount and lake stencil, it tells you what it is right up here on the stencil. I'll show you the stencils up close. They're really neat. They're a little different than other ones I've used before. They do have etchings here of what the other kind of like registered marks put in here, so you can see what the other ones are that are going to be, you know, something to go by. But my thought process is this being a 5x7 and the stencil is 6x6. So I wanted to go with a 5x7 though, because I wanted to get enough of this in and also have room for my VW somewhere in down here. That's what my process was. And I was going to ink the rest of this down. Whatever this color ends up being down here, I was going to just bring it down, because this is down here is where the car is going to go. So, and you can put any vehicle, but I just thought the vehicle with the tree, I just thought that was cute. So I'm going to do this so that these trees are going to be in the scene, because I love those pines. So we will put this kind of like right in there. Let's see, I like that it's 6x6, so it hangs over the sides for my mat. Now this is water down here, and this is a mountain here, so I'm going to go ahead and mask this off just so I do not mess up my project, because I know I will, and I don't want to. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a little masking tape or mint tape right there. And let's see, let's go with the lighter of my two grays that I've chosen. This one is Silver Stone Fresh Dye ink from Altenew, and I'm going to go in here and tap off a little bit because I don't know. Go in real soft and see what we got there. I've not used this before, so this is our first time. We are experimenting together, and we will see what happens. Kind of nice to do things together. I wasn't sure if I should go greens with these mountains or grays with these mountains, but I think because we're going to have the green and the trees and all, I thought we would go with grays. Okay. So I'm just going to get a soft gray, kind of a misty kind of gray back there. We can always add more later if we feel like we need it. I like to go on that kind of philosophy because you can't take it away, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get that top back on there. Then we will go ahead and switch this mask, and we'll go ahead and put a light blue down here. And let me look at my stencils to see if we have multiple blues. It doesn't look like it. It looks like it's only one blue. So let's go ahead and go light first. Ooh, you know what? I need to stencil, or if we're going to save that bottom down there, I need to make sure I protect it. You know what this is right here? I just realized what that was. Miss Melanie ran into her soda the other day, and her soda dropped in her drawer. I bet you anything that's a little Diet Coke. I know, laugh at me now. I need a cup for the craft room that is spill proof. One of those ones that last 12 hours, everything's cold. Do they actually make those that can have a carbonated drink in it? Because Melanie needs carbonation in her life. This is a true fact. Okay, carbonation, I don't care about the caffeine. Carbonation is key. So, okay, right now, I'm just going to leave this light blue just to see where we're going with this stencil, and then we'll probably come in and like darken it and give it some shading. But right now, because I'm using this for the first time, I'm just going to leave it light blue for right this second. Just like the mountain. I know there is another layer to the mountains. So, but unusually, it is not this. It's actually down in front. So, we're going to see where this takes us. So, that is our first stencil. It's so fun to experiment for the first time. Get that, and we'll pull that up. Okay, looks good. So now let's go with the second one that I've got here. Okay, now this one we line up with the mountain we just colored. And you can tell I have a baby dog that has been frequenting the craft room. Y'all saw in my last video, you got to meet Lucky. He has been put on, he's been put in puppy jail, unfortunately. He's not a happy camper. Puppy jail, because he's not allowed to move. He's not allowed to put pressure on his foot. He went to have his first week's change, his bandage change, and the doctor said, you don't need to let him walk around. So, that was that, and he's distraught, to say the least. So, doggy is back in jail, and he's not happy about it. Okay, this, let's see, where are we coloring? We are coloring right here. Okay, let's do this layer, and we will see what happens with these back here. Remember, it's our first time, so experiment, experiment. Like the color. This is Forest Glade, and I'm teaming it up with Evergreen. These are all Altenew Fresh Dye inks. Okay, so let me put that on there. And that is it for this one. All right. Then we will grab the next one. And this one is some bigger trees. Let's see, we'll line that mountain up again, being very careful. Hopefully I've got that pretty good. So now we've got some closer trees. So, oh, and we also have down here. So we've got these trees and we've got this grass. So I'm going to do the trees in this dark. And then I think I'm going to just try to blend out. I don't want to get this harsh line though. So what I want to do is try to blend like down to here and not get on this, not get this line. Let's see if we can do that. But I'm going to get the dark trees first. So let me try, because I want these trees darker than those other ones. Let me try and get this tree dark. These are just a little more detailed, so I can get in there and not go too, you know, too hard right there. Oh, that one's not open. No paper to dye there, no paper. That is a trunk right there that we're going to get to, and there's a trunk, I believe, somewhere else here. There might be one right in there. So, okay, so we're going to do that. Then, I'm going to do a little bit more along that edge. Okay. Then, let's see. How about we blend the next color in. Just get some of that dark out. But these trees here blend into the grass. So, let me just start the grass like this. And get it along the water there, because you know that's water right there. So let's get this started, and then we can finish this later and keep it going down, and we can fade off into the lightest green, which is this frayed leaf here. Okay, because I don't want this harsh line down here. So let's do that. Remember, we're wanting to extend this, so that's why I'm doing it like this. So that's our middle color. Okay, we'll leave the rest till later. Ooh, looks good. Okay, now let's take this one and let's put it here. And get it just right. Now we have the green trees we can line up over here and the mountain. Looks good. Okay, it looks like we have a brown tree trunk here. We have a brown tree trunk here. And we have a brown tree trunk here. We have, is that open? No, that's not open. Okay, we have openings, and this says the lower mountain. So all of these openings here is the lower mountain. Now the lower mountain would be closer. So it's going to be darker. So let's go ahead and go with industrial diamond for this one. Just it shows up a little more. And I'm going to take some of my masking just as a precautionary and cover those two stumps right there and this one right here. Okay. Just so I remember that those are going to be brown. Okay. So, and then we will just go over this. Remember, I'm wanting this a little darker than the mountain and behind it, because this is going to be closer. And these are behind the trees. So that's filling in that area behind the trees. Pretty neat the way they design that. I hope it lines up. It looks like it is. When the stencil comes up, it looks like it's lining up. Let's see if there's anything else open. I don't feel anything else open. Okay. Now, this is the moment. Will this all line up? Oh, no, no, no. Let me get the trees. Let's get the tree stumps. Okay. Oh, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. But you know what? At the end of the day, guys, this is my best advice I can give you guys. At the end of the day, it's just paper. Okay? So, all of us have days that it all works. And we all have days that it doesn't work. So hopefully this is going to be a day when it works and it's beautiful. But if it's not, it's okay. It's just us, right? We're just crafting together, learning new things, and enjoying life. Ooh, look at there. Okay, we got one more. Look at here. Oh my gosh. Okay, one more to line up. Let's go. Let's see. I'm kind of liking these stencils. Okay. So, let me take my time because you don't rush. Okay, is that mountain lined up? It looks like it is. All these others look like they are. So, the moment of truth. Oh, you know what? Where did our sky isn't on there? One of those stencils had a sky that I didn't do. Okay, so these trees look as close as these trees. So we're going to do those in the dark green. So they all match. Oh, and that didn't get done either. So I need to see which one that's on. Okay, so we need to find this one, and we need to figure out what happened to the sky waves. So let's see. Okay, that one was a tad bit off, but I'm not worried about it. It still looks good. I mean, I could go on here and figure it out and move it down just a little bit if I wanted to try to fix it. Just let those little whites show. This is how I would attempt to fix it, if you want to see how I would do it. This is the perfectionist in me. Okay, I didn't get all of them, but I got some of them. You don't want to do it too much though, because you don't want to mess it up. So there we go, number 6. Found it. Okay, so this one is going to go right in here. All right, and these are some clouds and some trees. There we go. Okay, so we will get some, what do we want to get? Let's see, we used that one, so we'll use Caribbean Sky. How about that? It'll give us some pop of color up there. Let's give us some, kind of make it look like there's some clouds up here. Maybe we'll bring in some other the blues too. What we'll probably do is also go around the edges when we're done. So it gives it a full blue look, but this kind of makes it look like clouds too. So we'll see what it looks like when it's done. Okay. That was Caribbean Sky. And let me just look what a little Parisian blue would look like. kind of come through a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Okay, it's just a little something, something. All right. Oops. So then we need this dark green. Now we'll go with the medium green so it's the same as the ones in front of it. And we'll do a couple layers of it to make it a little darker. You always can have extra ink to make things darker. Oh, it's darker anyways because it has the it has some of this in it. So it ended up being darker anyway, so that's great. That's perfect. Okay, now let's see where we're at. Look at there. All right, okay. So now we got all 6 of them done. It looks good. So now I want to bring this color down. So we've got the medium here. I'm going to clean this brush so it doesn't have that dark in it anymore. Make sure there's no dark in it. And I just rub this along the microfiber cloth to get it clean. So then I'm going to take this medium and I'm just going to rub it along here. I might even mask that water just so I don't accidentally run this green up into that water. So let me just mask that right there. I just want to protect it. I'm going to try not to go that high, but because I don't want to get a line from that either. And really, you know, this doesn't really matter much down here, but I just didn't want it to have a harsh line, and I didn't want there to be white paper. You know, so this is just for extending this background down and making our card larger. Making a full scene, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and get the frayed leaf and add some of that down in here too, just to give some variety. I love this. I love nature all around, so I love things like this. Just bring in some of that color in here too. Different greens. There we go. Okay. All right. That is looking good. I'm really happy with this. I'm just gonna darken up these edges just a little bit. Not much, just a little. Okay. So there is our panel. I don't know if I want to do anything to the sky or not. I kind of like it. Just like the water. I don't know. You know, the water is not really going to be seen a whole lot when we get the bus on there. Let's see. If I put the bus in here, like so, you see, that would kind of defeat the purpose of that lake. The lake is not going to show that much. I do think I might want to add a little blue to it, though. Let's see. Where's the lake? Is that the lake? Yeah. Let me just wipe this off to make sure there's no ink transfer on anywhere. Just making sure. Let me just lay this one down here. Okay. I think that should work for what I'm going to do. Because I'm just going to take some medium blue here and just try to give it a little. Make sure. Okay, just try to give it. Oh, this side really is the only one that's going to show. So I'm just going to give it a little like that. so it's a little darker around the edges right there under the trees and stuff. That's really all I wanted to do. Okay. There, that's good. Okay. This is my main focus of the video today, was building this background with you because I think this is amazing. Let's go ahead and add the detail to it and see what this is all about, because this to me is really neat, something new, something different to me. It may not be to you. You may be already a honeybee, fan, and this is just my first chance at getting to play with this company's product, which I have always drooled over, but have not myself gotten personally. So I'm super excited. So let's see how this is going to work. This is a detail die. So it is going to go over the details and emboss. I'm going to partial die cut by doing my sandwich to where my sandwich is only coming up to here, my plates, so it does not cut off this edge. I don't want my plates to be putting any pressure on this line right here, because if it puts pressure in the machine, we're going to get a crease all the way across there, and that would ruin the fact that we wanted to extend this. So let me clean up my desk here and we'll situate it and make that sandwich. Okay, so to partial die cut, we want to line this up. This does look like it has cutting edges along the top, so it looks like we're going to lose our sky when we do this. But we can probably piece it back together, or we can add this to a blue piece of cardstock for our background. So we'll just play this by ear. All right, so I'm going to lay this down like so. But when I put this on top, I want to make sure this top plate only goes here. I do not want the top plate on this bottom edge, because then the sandwich would cut or push on this piece and we would get that line across our grass. So I'm just going to pull that there and I'm going to run it through my die cut machine like this. That worked. Did not give us that line. Yes. Okay. All right, so it did cut our top off. Okay, so now we have all of these details in our scene. It's really cool. We do have some edges for the water and the grass, but all of these embossed details are in our scene. So now when we go to put our card together, we can either use a blue background cardstock, or we can put this back together on our actual card base. Up to us, whatever we want to do. So I will go work on the VW bus, and then we can put our card together and I'll show you the finished card. Okay, I am back. I have done our card base. I decided to ink blend up here. Since this piece was separate when we die cut, it was super easy to do the ink blending. I was also able to come in here and kind of add a little darkness to our top of our mountain, just to give it a little definition between the sky and the mountain, which I thought was great. I also darkened up the edges here to fill in those little white gaps that were there. So that is all I did to finish off our card base. And then check out our little VW van. Is it not precious? Now on this one, I added lights from the add-on kit and a little wreath. I thought that would be cute for our little venture out here in the wilderness instead of a Christmas tree. I think these guys are just traveling and enjoying life. And since they're traveling for the holidays, I thought we would use Filled with Joy, and we'd put Filled with Joy because they're traveling. So we could sit this one over here, but I like it here, and I think I will move the sentiment over here to balance the card out. So how about we do that? And these sentiments are from the Happiness Better Press sentiments from Spellbinders. I have those in my stash, so I went ahead and used those. And I just thought this all came together so cute. I'm so glad you came along with me today and crafted life with me and created this background with me, because I loved learning how to do it along beside you, my friends. Plus, creating a little scene and a little story is always so much fun. So here we go. We will add that right there. I stamped this with the VersaFine Clair ink because it just matched our bus color so perfectly. I was just chatting with a friend. Do we call it a VW bus? Do we call it a VW van? It was kind of, I looked it up online and it actually had a lot of different names back in the 60s. But isn't that adorable? They're just parked there, hanging out at the lake while they're traveling during the holidays. I hope this video brings you joy and that you enjoy the whole Christmas season. Thank you for stopping by, my friends. All the links are down below in the visual supply list. So if you're hunting for anything or curious about what I've used, the colors I've used, or anything like that, all of those can be found down below. I hope that helps, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye, my friends.